Hi, I'm on here today to share my most favorite book of all time. And I turned it into a Valentine journal that is like completely stuffed. I mean, crazy. It has 250 pages and the whole story is here. And it just is full of interactive, wonderful things, and I couldn't help myself. When I was looking for this, I was looking for a book, and I was looking for a little golden book. And I always go along and look at the spines on the bookshelves, and the spine was different. And I pulled it out of the bookshelf, and this was at an antique mall. And the book was more than what I usually pay for any of my little golden books or any of my books. And this is a Bonnie book, and it's called Little Boy Meets Girl. And it's Jack in the Box figures with pop-up figures inside. And I actually started this last year and then got in the middle of a big move and relocated it and finished it up, and I just can't wait to share it with you. It's just packed. So what happens is when you open the book, this little boy's head pops up, and I'm going to try to get them all on here. And as you turn the pages, his clothes change. And then there's a little girl that pops up. Well, I thought it was just perfect to turn into a Valentine's junk journal. I'm just going to flip through and show you. I used a couple different kits in this. One of the kits was Simple Stories, My Valentine. And I'll tell you others as we're going. This just says February 14th, and I'm hoping there's no glare on here. This book is from 1957, and this first page was so brittle that I had to add tape to it. And there might be one other page that's brittle like that. So here is where his clothes show up. And we're just going to continue going through. This page I love because it's a little girl and a little boy, and they're flying balloons, and they each have a balloon. Well, what I did with her balloon is I turned it into a magnet with a heart-shaped sparkle, and on the other side is a magnet holding it. So these two magnets are working together and holding these pages on. But I just loved how it was the balloon, and I want to do more fun things like that with magnets, but I just thought that was fun. This is a napkin that I ironed onto freezer paper. And so the napkin stays very nice, and it supports it, and it doesn't tear. I'm going to try to keep his head in there. I can keep the whole page in there as I'm showing you. It's a little tricky. This, I used some washi tape along the edges. This is a bag that I filled with hearts. And it looks like a little envelope. This is a little vellum bag that I filled with just a bunch of hearts, all kinds of hearts in there. And this was from a bag last year that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I cut it out and thought it would be a cute little pocket. And put some tickets in here. This is a scratch off. No telling what it says, but it says, "Will you be my Valentine?" And you scratch it off. And this is just a little envelope. This is absolutely my most favorite journal I've done so far. However, I did enjoy the grandbaby journal for sure. And I'm happy that I was able to send that off to her. This is a pop-up heart. And someone on Instagram did this last year, and I don't even remember who, but I'll see if I could look to see who did that and the directions for it. But I thought that's a neat little thing to add. And then I just cut some hearts and put it along the page. This is a heart that's just filled with all kinds of little good stuff. And this was a printable by Cara Brandon. And I think it's called Loaded, let's see, I have it written down, Loaded Heart Pockets. And they came in different colors and different prints. And so it came with all that, and I just filled up the pocket. Perfect for a Valentine journal. This is a recipe for Valentine cookies. I'm trying to be careful with him too. And here's the other side of a napkin, again, that I put on freezer paper. And just love these two little kids kissing. And the little girl. Okay, trying to be careful as I set it all down. They're fragile. Okay, this pocket has, do you remember highlights when we were kids? I think this is from a highlight. And it's highlights, and it says February 1962 and St. Valentine's Day party. And there's hidden stuff in the picture, like ice cream cone, Coke, spoon, Valentine cookie. And you're just supposed to look for it. I loved this as a kid, so I thought that was fun to include in here. And I like showing the little boy and the little girl as it's in there. This was from a card that I bought, and I loved how it did the pop-up, and I thought that would be great in the center of a signature of a Valentine journal. So that's what I did. So tons of interactive stuff. Fun. So look at those cards and think about adding them. Just two little girls looking at each other. So sweet. This is one of those little pocket things that fold. And I just filled it with like little stickers, and it has this little girl in there, which I thought was sweet, and little tags, just full of all kinds of little stuff. But I love the tags. They're so sweet, and how they have the little heart on them. And I'm just going to set this aside. And then what I did is attached, you know, little charms, little heart charms along here. And this was like a two-sided sticker, which, okay, I think there we go. My little ball pen got stuck. But anyhow, it says, "Be mine." This is a printable of mine. And I printed it on either vellum or copy paper and stuck some photos in there. So this is what it looks like, and I'm going to have it out on Ko-fi, but I don't have it out there yet, but by the time this is shown, this video, maybe it will be there. So just check back on my Ko-fi page if you're interested. And so then I put some cute little pictures in there. And I just love the look of it. And I meant to put negatives in there. I think I'm still going to put negatives in there along with the photos. And here's a photo of 2 children that I just thought was sweet. And made a little tuck spot pocket, and it's embossed with hearts. This is just little note paper. The other side of that bag, and I put some hearts in there. They're heart stickers, and they have the little holes around here once you take the back of the sticker off. So that can be used somewhere else in the journal. This is a vintage photo, and I thought it would be fun to put behind tulle. And it has little sparkly hearts on it. And it is an old photo. I think it says January, let me look here, 1956 on the side of it. Anyhow, I love how it must have been like in a little book that, you know, the little photo books back in the day. I'm trying to be careful with this little guy and everything as I set this down. Sorry, I'm probably shaking it. Anyhow, it is loaded with fun stuff. That's the other side of that napkin that was put on freezer paper. You just iron it on the freezer paper. And I believe there's videos out there on YouTube on how to do that. So this girl, oh my gosh, is very vintage. And I paid quite a bit for her. But I turned her into a printable. And this is what the printables, the Valentine's cards that I turned into printables that will be out of my Ko-fi also. But wait till I show you. I'm not sure if I like what she does or if I do. But the printable won't do this, but this is the original. So you move this little thing in her hair that's part of her hat, and it makes her eyes move. Not sure if I think it's creepy or fun, but I liked her just the way she is without those eyes moving. And I thought she would be a gorgeous printable. How sweet is she? And her little socks that have come down and her little feet pointed in. I don't know, I just thought she was sweet. She had to be included. Trying to be gentle with her. And so I just used some punches and did some embossing of hearts along the edges. And so this is the part where the little boy meets the girl. And so I go to the back of the book, and she's back here. And I'm trying to be careful with my fingernails. How cute is she? So he meets her, and here's her outfit, and because it's so full, it's not lining up exactly right, but just because I have this book stuffed. But how sweet. And there he is, and he's got a new outfit. This is a very old Valentine card. These are scratch-offs, and I put them in there. It's a different type of scratch-off than the one up front. Okay. Little shows you how to do crafts for Valentine's Day. This is a little card that stretches out and says, I love you. More interactive stuff. This is one of my printables, and that will be out on Ko-fi too. And then I just put some little cards. It was always you. And this, I put some tulle on it, and it says, my sweet love. Put that back in there. This is another project. How to make a heart, like a heart basket. was a card, but I thought, how cute would it be in the Valentine journal? Shaker card. This was interesting. And I'm not sure if I made it years ago and forgot or if I bought it somewhere. It's actually an envelope that's closed and sealed, and someone just cut the top of that envelope out and used that as a pocket. How clever is that? And I included another little vintage photo, and I liked adding just the sparkly heart on there. And a little Monopoly game piece, and I'm gonna make sure that's all I have in there. Yeah. But isn't that clever to do with an envelope? I've done several things with envelopes, but never thought to seal it and cut the end off and use it as a pocket. Very clever. Okay, so I did a little punch of a heart down here and put a little bingo card. This was another napkin that I turned into like almost paper by using that freezer paper. And we got a little charm dangling there. I have a little dangly heart there. This is one of my favorite images. It's a Norman Rockwell image. And it's a little boy at the little girl's door, and he's holding a box of chocolates behind his back. How sweet is that? And then I just, on the signature ties, I just added little stickers. Added another little card to that paper, and it flips out, and another punch there. This is just a card, a plain card that I punched a heart in there, added a little tag on it, and that's the back of it. I slide that back into place, and this is just a cute little sticker down here that says "So Sweet." More crafts to do on Valentine's Day. This is a vintage card, Valentine greeting card. It's the other side of that envelope. And I love how the inside was lined with hearts. I'm going to try to hold these pages down so you could see better. That again is the freezer paper napkin. Look how old these pages are in this book. I have to be careful with the brittleness. I just love the coloring of them. This is another vintage card for you, son. Happy Valentine's Day. And it says for Mother and Dad. A little pocket there. There's her cute outfit again. Lift it up so you could see. I love how the outfits change. And then he has that outfit. Another vintage card that opens up like this. How cute and sweet is that? These are more scratch-offs. Not sure what they say. The romance scratch-off for love card. This is one of my printables. So it's like a little envelope bursting with hearts. This has some trim, satin heart trim. A little envelope pocket full of just things. Little hearts, a little tag. It says fabric department and it was pink, and so I thought I would include that in hearts. Some music, red roses for a blue lady. This is a little bag, like a little treat bag, and a place to journal, journaling card. I did some punching on here with some hearts and gave it a pretty trim. This is a tag, but actually it's from Dollar Tree, and it's one of their big coin envelopes that I turned into a tag on the front. And I put some various things, paint swatches with hearts that I punched in there. And it could be filled with journal notes or whatever. This is, oh, these stickers were supposed to be in here, I think. So this is a neat little envelope that opens like this. And it's full of cute little Valentine stickers. They're just super fun. I'm just gonna set that aside for now instead of you watching me put everything back together. This, I believe, is a recipe for chicken barley soup, and I included it just because I thought it was so cute with the little hearts on the cup, and thought it just fit great in here. And then this is a bag that I turned into a tuck spot, and I'll set that aside for now. This is a Project Life card, and I just loved it, just the way it was and how it said February 14th, and I did the little heart punch at the bottom. We got the heart punch trim. This is an old book page, and I just thought it was cute, the little boy and little girl there. This I love. It's a little girl, and she's sitting there making Valentines. And the edges of her Valentine are scalloped. So I'm like, oh, I'm just going to put that on the end of the signature ties, little scalloped little hearts. So that was a fun little thing. And it's Valentine, and it's very sweet. Because you could just picture a child making their Valentines. Back in the day, I remember making a shoebox and turning it into a Valentine's holder. I don't know if the kids do that anymore. I turned her into a printable, and she's a vintage card. And this is just a little pocket that I've cut out a bunch of hearts. Have a little clip here. This says February 14th on it, another Project Life card. This just looked like just piles of paper. So, and again, it's from that scrapbooking, Simple Stories, My Valentine. And so what I thought, how fun is it just to add the look, continue that look, with different little Valentine's things, and have just the piles of cards in there. And you could journal on the back. However, I just thought that it was just fun to continue with that look and continue on and load it up. So that's what I did. I surely loaded up this journal, for sure. This says sealed with a kiss, and I put some little hearts and turned that into a tuck spot. This is a couple, a vintage photo, and I put little photo corners on it. This is just a little vellum envelope, and it says Be Mine. And it's full of fun stuff. Let me set it down. It's got little tickets Valentine tickets adore you. This is Valentine. I put some stickers in there, some little hearts, and this little envelope that I made. Put that in there, and this little piece of paper goes in there. So just some fun little stuff. It's loaded with all kinds of goodies. The other side of that bag, the treat bag, with a Valentine card. A cat and a dog, sweet, and it has the velvet feel on there. This is another vintage photo, and I just used this as a tuck spot. How cute is this card? And he's the one that I turned into a printable also. He's got little cotton for his tail. And it says, "A Valentine for you, Mother. I love you." How sweet. Just gonna set that aside. This is a card that I found, and it was a mailbox. Interactive, Velcro, opens, and then I put a little letter in there. How cute. There, I couldn't get that letter out at first. And I love that the flag moves on there, and we'll stick that back in and close it with the Velcro. I think I had it propped up on that heart. Another little Valentine with a kitty. This is another Norman Rockwell. It's from a page in a magazine, and I thought how sweet. The little boy's there with his Valentines, and she's got her Valentine. She's hiding. Another Norman Rockwell photo that I love. This is just like a little charm on here, this dangle. And then I have pockets back here. So on here I have the pocket, and it has a coloring book page. And you color the colors not by number, but based on the little dots that are there. So you color the area with one dot in red. And I just thought it was a neat little coloring page, and liked how her dress had little hearts on it. So perfect for Valentine's Day. This talks about planning a Valentine's Day party. I had to put a Queen of Heart in there. I thought that was fun. It says, "Let love rule." And did some ribbon trim on there. Some material trim there. And then we have the little girl with a different dress. And then his outfit. How fun is this book? Just love it. This is an old card. And it had a Valentine's card, and says February 11th, 1965. And it's a card. Actually, my friend gave me this for her grandmother, and it was from her and her sisters and her brother. But a beautiful vintage card. I wish you love music. This is a napkin with hearts on it. And I didn't do freezer paper on that one. And this was just a book page, and it had a little boy and girl, and I liked the colors, so I added that. This is another Norman Rockwell. And it's a little boy and a girl. And it was too long, and so I just folded their legs and tucked them up. because I wanted their heads to be underneath this little garland, little heart garland. We're almost to the end. It had lots of pages. And this is just a little craft that you make with hearts. This is a cute Valentine card that has vellum that was embossed. And then it's just blank on the inside. I'll set that aside. Cheesecake recipe. And then I just trimmed this with some pretty ribbon that had hearts on it. So if you haven't started a Valentine's book and you're thinking about it, I hope this inspires you, because this was super fun. So this is the center of my signature. It says, "Be my Valentine." And then I just put stickers on each side on the signature. Little sticker hearts. Did some trim on here. And that's the other side of that recipe. And it's showing some crafts, some more hearts that could be made. So go ahead and start your own Valentine journal. It's so fun. And I'm used to working with little golden books, but I loved this Bonnie book. He's got a new outfit. There we go. And then this has another little heart charm on there. I put some tulle trim, and there we go. And that's the back. That's the end. I'm gonna fold her little head down and close it up. And fold his down gently. Thanks for coming to my channel, and I hope you enjoyed looking through this journal as much as I enjoyed showing you. And yes, it's stuffed, and it had 4 signatures in there. Somehow I got it to 250 pages. So please like and subscribe and come back and hang out with me again. Have a great Valentine's Day. If you don't see another one of my videos, okay. Have a great day. Thanks a lot.